You're about to speak. You can feel it rising in your chest, that thing you need to say. Your heart's already racing, your mouth opens slightly, and then someone cuts you off. Again. You smile, you nod, you pretend it's fine, but inside there's this weight, this growing, gnawing sense that you don't matter, that your words evaporate before they even land. You replay it later, lying in bed, in the shower, driving to work. What should I have said? The rehearsal never stops. You run the conversation back 100 times, editing your lines, imagining a version of you that commands attention instead of begging for it. But tomorrow comes and you're invisible again. Not because you're weak, but because you don't understand the one thing that actually makes people listen. Control isn't about force, it's about knowing which strings are already there. Here's what no one tells you. When people ignore you, dismiss you, or talk over you, it's not personal, it's automatic. The human brain is a pattern recognition machine. It decides in microseconds who's worth listening to and who's furniture. And once it categorizes you as safe to ignore, that label sticks like a shadow. You become the person who agrees too quickly, who apologizes for existing, who fills silence with nervous laughter because silence feels like failure. And here's the cruel part. The more you try to prove you matter by talking more, explaining more, doing more, the more invisible you become. Because you're operating from a place of lack, and people can smell it. Not consciously, but on some primal level, they sense your desperation, your need for validation, and it repels them the same way a flinch repels a predator. You think you're being nice, accommodating, reasonable, but to them, you're just there, a background hum, the person who never says no, so their yes means nothing. This isn't about you being unlikable, it's about you being predictable, and predictability is the death of influence. 2,000 years ago, Marcus Aurelius, emperor of Rome, wrote something in his private journal that still cuts. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. He wasn't talking to his soldiers, he was talking to himself, because even emperors felt powerless. Even men who commanded legions struggled with a gnawing sense that they weren't being heard. The Stoics understood something we've forgotten. Control isn't about making people do what you want, it's about becoming the kind of person they can't ignore. Not through shouting, not through forcing, but through withdrawal, through scarcity, through the devastating power of choosing silence instead of chasing approval. In Zen monasteries, there's a practice called mu, the art of negation. The master doesn't convince the student, the master withholds, creates a vacuum, forces the student to come to them. You're not trying to control people, you're trying to stop handing them your power for free. So here's how you actually shift this. Weapon 1, the withdrawal. Stop being available on demand. Stop explaining yourself. Stop filling every silence with reassurance that you're still friendly, still safe, still small. When someone dismisses you, don't argue, don't defend. Don't do that pathetic thing where you try to win them back with more words. Just go quiet. Not cold, not passive-aggressive, just absent. Watch what happens. People are wired to chase what recedes. When you stop chasing validation, they start noticing the gap where you used to be. Weapon 2, the unbothered frame. Every time you react, explain, justify, apologize, you're handing them proof that their opinion matters more than your reality. So stop reacting. Someone disrespects you, you don't flinch, you don't correct, you just look at them the way you'd look at a child throwing a tantrum, with detached curiosity. Because here's the secret, your unbothered silence communicates more power than any comeback ever could. When you stop defending yourself, you stop positioning yourself beneath them. Weapon 3, the locus of control. You think control means changing them, making them respect you, listen to you, value you. Wrong. True control is realizing you don't need any of that. You're not performing for their approval. You're operating from an internal compass they can't touch. Marcus Aurelius again. If it's endurable, endure it. If it's unendurable, it will destroy itself. Translation: stop trying to force people to see you. Start living like someone who doesn't need to be seen to know their own worth. When you stop seeking permission to take up space, you naturally occupy more of it. You don't control people by manipulating them. You control the dynamic by refusing to play the role they assigned you. The ghost, the agreeable one, the one who disappears when the room gets loud. You've been rehearsing the wrong script. The question isn't, what should I have said? It's, why am I still auditioning for people who weren't watching? Stop auditioning. They'll notice when you're gone.